Hey, Philip here again in my beautiful garden in Ecuador. If there's any sounds around and whatnot, it's because we're in the middle of a little small town in a village close to the beach. So I hope there's not too much distraction going on. In the last video I was talking about NVC, nonviolent communication by Marshall Rosenberg, and how much it helped me to be able to deal with my own anger and to understand mentally about my anger, understand emotions, learn the variety of emotions that exist in different languages, and also the needs behind those emotions. And I want to hit on another aspect of that work with MVC is the work of, in our case, because it's so important, being self-empathetical with myself and ourselves. And here is, one of, because when I finally got away from being angry so much, I realized that behind that anger is a vast ocean, a vast sea of despair, the feeling of feeling desperate. And it's like, where is that coming from? And then starting to soul search and to heart hear what is going on behind and what is going on. And so this is really from the heart. Like I studied medicine in Munich in Germany, and I started 2005. And I didn't do it because I was burning for it, because my heart longed for it. No, I did it basically because I could. And that might sound, I don't know how it sounds to you, but being that vulnerable and that honest to myself, to being able to express that, is a huge step. It's like I did it because I could, not because I got the opportunity. You have to know that in Germany you have to have like a certain as I said, I'm having like 3 languages going on in my mind, and now my son is even waking up, so I probably have to stop the video for a second and bring him in. So in Germany you need a certain promedio in Spanish, so please look it up what that means in English, of your grades from school, and then you're allowed to go to university to study medicine. And I applied because of the situation I was in. And my grades were not so perfect that I got in right away. I literally could slide in after the semester already started, like 2 or 3 weeks after it already started. And at that time I had a girlfriend it was either New Zealand or Australia, and I really wanted to visit her. And I mean, I was like, how old was I? Like 21, and I really wanted to visit her. And then this decision, and then all these extrinsic things of being able to do that. Okay, now I really have to get him. I'm sorry. I had to rewatch a bit what I was talking about. It took a couple of minutes. So I was just talking about the extrinsic factors that got me to studying medicine. And that's probably one of the biggest things, at least in my life. And I was talking to hundreds of patients. I believe in probably all of our lives, is that when I am doing things out of a motivation that doesn't come from the inside, from really wanting to give from heart, which is very rare, unfortunately, or was very rare, it produces a feeling that is not life-serving. So we're talking about nonviolent, and I want to talk about nonviolent communication and how it helped me to overcome this. First, by even seeing that as a problem and as something that creates feelings in me and my needs are not met. And those needs can be to be loved, respect, connection, you name it. I'm gonna link a document under this video where you just have, and it's from the NVC official homepage, so you can just look at all the needs and feelings that there are to really understand the magnitude of what is going on. Coming back to extrinsic motivations. What can they be? And this is really just brilliantly explained in the book. Is if I'm doing something just for money or to get approval from the outside world, which I know so well, like I want somebody to respect me, to like me, I want my father to like me. I need to be seen in a certain way, cause you name it, status, mostly love. Like I just want to be loved. To escape punishment is another thing. To avoid shame, to avoid guilt, to satisfy a sense of duty. If we're doing things out of that motivation, it is very likely to produce, and I use the word now, negative emotions, including anger. And for me, I really understood, as I said before, that anger had behind it this vast ocean of, what was the word? Despair. Like, oh my God. And it went so far that I really asked myself, what am I doing here? And thinking about not staying here on this planet, in this incarnation, I mean. And that the way I communicated within myself was really not nice. Again, we're here in the realm of how conscious am I? How am I even talking to myself? Because most of my life this was going on and I wasn't even aware that I am talking to myself in a way that's extremely judgmental, shameful, shaming, blaming myself for being a certain way, and then not knowing how to change it, because believe me, I wanted to not be angry all the time or express my anger in a way that is frightening to my children or to my wife or to my surroundings. Like, how am I changing that? So this is why I give you these beautiful resources to work with. And again, if you want to work with me through some of these things, just check down below. There's a link where you can do a little survey to know if it really fits, and then just get into like a call with me. The way we have been trained to evaluate us often promotes more self-hatred than learning. I can be judgmental in a way that is life-serving. I just need to have that framework in my head that I want to see, is that really life-serving or not? What I'm doing, how I'm talking. And this is another thing that I really like about the NVC stuff, is that it gives me that framework that I can recheck myself too. So when I do something out of an intrinsic motivation, because I really want to make life more wonderful for another person, either it's my children or my wife, that is enriching my own life. And I wish to cultivate that more and more and more in my life, and to be able to do that when the tide is rough. And yeah, as I said, I got over my anger. It's not that I don't feel it anymore, but maybe you know these moments when you want to concentrate on something, and then one of your children asks you something, the second one asks you something, this little one is screaming in your ear, and something else is also going on. Those are the moments where I just lost it, mostly because I was, you know what, I'm not even becauseing. It's just too many stimulus I couldn't integrate at all. And I didn't have the emotional capacity to buffer it, being in a state of fight or flight all the time. And not having had trained before that. There's this beautiful saying, you better, what was it? You better weave your parachute before you jump out the airplane instead of while you're already falling. So I had a lot of years being married and having children, trying to, or already falling out the airplane and falling and falling and falling, and trying to make a parachute while I'm falling. So with the techniques I learned from MEC, from Passionate Marriage, from Becoming Supernatural, I can train before I jump out of the window, now out of the plane, and not jump out of the window. That's the whole point. Yeah, that would be great. So I hope you take something out of this video for yourself. Again, if you want to get in contact, just check the links down below. And if you have any question that arises while I was talking and mumbling about, just leave a comment. If there's anything that you're really interested in more specifically, just also write it down in the comments, and I will go through them and yeah, build my next videos on top of that knowledge. So I wish you a beautiful day and all the best. Bye.